Check out ProBoxingSupplies.com, PowerPerformanceProducts.com, and you're watching MMAinterviews.tv.
So, Josh, do you find that a fight with Mike Pierce is one that's advancing you in the division? Do you think this is a right fight for you?
Well, I have no choice now. It's the right fight when I signed the agreement. So, I feel like, I feel like I got a lot of pressure to win this fight because everybody's expecting me to win this fight. So, I got to go out there and I got to, obviously have fun, put on a show, and show the skills that I've been working on over the last 11 weeks for this training camp.
Can you talk to us about the day, though, that this fight happened and the whole deal with the Carlos Felton?
Yeah, well, the whole thing with Carlos Condit and I were supposed to fight. I tried to get the fight, a while ago. I tried to take it on 7 days, but unfortunately that didn't get done, and unfortunately this time it didn't get done. I thought it would be a good fight to see who's truly the #1 contender in that weight division. And you media people in the UFC have a lot of influence on what fighters you guys want to push. So I feel like a lot of times that they push fighters up there that aren't ready for that #1 contendership, and it has a lot to do with the media and the UFC pushing that particular fighter, and then you guys bite onto it and you guys take it and say, oh yeah, he should be the #1 contender. Well, let's be real, it's to be the #1 contender, you got to beat guys that are ranked #1, #2, #3, #4 in the division. So I just Mike Pierce is a fighter. He's a tough fighter. I'm just looking forward to getting in there and fighting Saturday.
But basically, it sounds like you're not too happy with folks for not giving you your due.
Well, I don't take anything too personal, because I don't really read you guys' shit. So,
we're on video,
and I don't watch your shit. So I don't really take it too personal. So, you guys post it and put it out there, and I don't give two shits. So, for me, I live in my own little bubble, and if you're not in that bubble, then don't really give a fuck. So.
Where do you feel like you would fit in, and seeing as maybe it's going to be November before GSP's back, would you like to fit in? Who would you want to fight, after this, per se?
As of right now, I just want to win this fight Saturday and put on a good beating on Mike Pierce, and just go out and have a couple drinks and make out with a cheeseburger. So. Where do you feel like your biggest advantage is in this fight? My biggest advantage, I think, is I think my power. I think I got a lot of pretty much everything. I think that he's good in pretty much all the areas, but he's not great. So I feel like I'm great. So that was pretty cocky, huh? Yeah. Sorry, guys.
Hey Josh, what do you think about Brittany Palmer being in Playboy?
Didn't know.
He doesn't read.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Did you see Ariani's spread?
Nope. Sorry, I missed it. I don't pay too much attention to MMA stuff, so I'm too busy. When you have the amount of apartments I have and gyms and all the shit that I have going on, and flying and just everything I do is I just focus on me. So. I don't have time to focus on anybody else. So,
talk about.
If you send it to me for free, I'll check it out. AK Fresno address. It's on my website.
Talk about flying and that hobby, and is that a good getaway from everything?
Oh, it's amazing. I think I'm addicted for life. I actually on Monday I flew down to Burbank just for the day, and just a getaway. Took one of my passengers, took her down, dropped her off. So. It's good times. I love flying. It's one of the things I get up there and just get away, and you look at the scenery and you think. So it's a good getaway from the sport, because if you don't have getaways from this sport, it could drive you crazy, because every day it is like Groundhog's Day. It's the same goddamn thing. I think I probably had over the course of this 11 weeks training camp, I counted the red potatoes that I ate, and it was in the upper 1,000. So. So needless to say, and I can tell you how many eggs I had. So, you do 8 eggs a day, you're times 11 weeks. You do the numbers. The weight's good. I'm probably like I woke up this morning like 182, which is pretty rare for me. Usually I'm about 85, 86 right about now. So I feel like I'm in good shape. So I think that's why the weight's coming off pretty good. Not that I'm not in shape every time I fight, but I think I focused more on eating better this fight and putting everything together. So when you live with an ex-bodybuilder when in training with Wilcox, he makes me eat pretty well. It's pretty much eggs and potatoes, red potatoes, at least once a day, and then sweet potato at night for possibly my snack, and then chicken. So it's good.
What are your goals in this game? I mean, you sound like being a contender at welterweight is still important to you, but you've also talked about going up to 185.
Yeah, I just want to take. I like to take big fights. I think that's the biggest thing for me right now is taking big fights. This guy isn't a big fight for me, but I accepted the challenge. So guess what? Inside my brain, I got to motivate myself to put him as a big fight. Because I lose to him, where's that put me in the division? Way at the back. I might as well think about retiring if I lose to this guy. Or just taking fights for money. Obviously I fight for money. I'm kind of a gold digger. So so show me the money. And regardless of the big fight at 185, which I'd love to have, I'd love to fight some of those guys. I think Vitor Belfort would be a great fight for me. I think Vanderlei would be a fun fight for the fan. I just want to please people, put on good performances, have hype, get excited about training because training sucks so bad. It's Groundhog's Day every day. You want to have a purpose and a reason to go to that gym. And at the end of the day, get to slap somebody in the face, so be all right.
What's the ideal gift for a Valentine's Day present for you?
For me? Shit. I haven't had one of those in a while. But I got to figure that's coming up, huh? Oh, man. I got to figure that one out. Why don't you give me some hints?
Are you a good gift giver when you do have a Valentine?
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll do something good, I'm sure. So maybe take a trip in the plane somewhere and dinner. Sounds good.
Do you remember your first Valentine?
Nah, I don't. Sorry. I've had a lot of them since then, so they kind of all mix together.
What kind of plane do you fly?
I fly a Cherokee Piper 140, 160. And then this past week I flew a 172 Cessna. Just little different things. But my typical plane is a Piper 160, so that's what I fly every day. But I like to test them out. My new plane is a SR-22 or the Columbia 400. So, but they're a little pricey, but that means I got to really whip Mike Pierce on Saturday night. So I got a good beating because So, but yeah, it's fun. It's a fun hobby.
Who do you see winning the main event Saturday?
Me. I am the main event.
Diaz and Condit.
Oh, that fight? Is that on the undercard? Oh. Yeah, I'll probably go with Diaz. Yeah, just for the hell of it. I like the chip on his shoulder. It kind of reminds me of myself. Except for I'm a little easier with the PR. and I don't miss 3 fights to get here. The one fight was that he was supposed to make was at 420. I think he was in the bathroom. Swear to God, I was in the UFC office signing the posters. His flight was at 4:20. Yeah, and he missed it. I think he was in the bathroom.
I don't know how you do on predictions, but can you give us a prediction for Frankie versus Ben Henderson?
Oh man, that's a tough one because that Ben Henderson can fight. That kid's tough. They should put now that's the fight they should put on Fox. Because that's going to be one hell of a fight. I think that's a good fight for Fox. So, yeah, I don't really. Maybe I'll go. I don't know. I like Ben Henderson. I like Frankie too. But Frankie's got some balls and he comes to fight. So.
Godspeed and party on.